Deepak, tell us what transpired in the court today.
Well, Tanvi, firstly, it was quite embarrassing for Sunny Leone to tweet saying that the Bangalore police themselves have publicly come out and said that they are unable to protect her or the people who come out for the event. And that forced the organizers, in fact, to go ahead and move the court because the city police was making it very clear that they will not, in fact, give them permission to go ahead with the event. Now, earlier in the day, while hearing the case, the High Court had questioned the government as to while they've given permission for other events in the city, what is different about this event that they cannot ensure that the law and order and the safety of people can be ensured. Now, after hearing this case once again towards the later half of the evening, the High Court has gone ahead and said that certain necessary NOCs have to be obtained by the event organizers and they will be reapplying once again to the city police. They've asked the city police to reconsider their request at this point in time. We'll really have to wait and watch here if the city police and the government is going to be stuck up on their adamant attitude here of really giving a go-ahead for this event, which really looks like they're budging down to the fringe elements in the state of Karnataka. But it really looks very unlikely that the cops would give a go-ahead, considering they've come out openly and said that they will not be able to give permission because they feel it's going to really put several people in harm's way. But again, we should really come back to the real big question that thousands of events like this take place in different parts of Karnataka during New Year's and especially in Bengaluru. So what really is different about this event that they're really bringing about that the law and order could be a real big issue, because it's just an actress who's really going to be a part of this event. But how does it really affect the law and order? This is something for the city police to answer.
So was there a response specifically when the court asked them that on what grounds have you not given the permission if you're giving permission to the others? Because there was obviously some time in between given to the state police to come back with a response, Deepak.
Well, what the city police have from the beginning maintained is that they once again went back to what the High Court had said. Now, the High Court hearing another petition, that was a different petition, which requested that the state government should ensure that all liquor, all places selling liquor should be closed down on the 31st and the 1st in different parts of Karnataka. Now, this request again was turned down by the High Court, and they in turn instructed that the state police should ensure the safety of women during New Year, keeping in mind what happened last year with several cases of molestation coming to the fore. Now, the city police used this order of the High Court and said the High Court themselves had stated that the law and order should not be compromised in the city, and this event would somewhere lead to the law and order collapse probably, and that's the reason they're denying permission for these organizers. So this is what the city police maintain, and this is what they once again reiterated in the courts. But once again, as I was mentioning, how does this really lead to a law and order situation here? Because many such parties take place on New Year's Eve in Bengaluru. So how is this event really different is the big question. Now with the High Court going on to give them an option of reapplying for permission and getting the necessary NOCs, we'll really have to wait and watch whether this time around, whether the state government will give it.
Yes, well, and it's everybody for everyone to see that this just looks like an excuse, because we've already seen some of the pro-Kannada groups come out and protest against this event because it is Sunny Leone. If it was someone else, they probably would not have objected to it. We've heard from the Home Minister of the state, who too has said that you should have dance events about Bharatnatyam and not really have Sunny Leone performing there. So clearly the issue is something else, and that has been put out by Siddaramaya's ministers itself. So for the police to now come up with this excuse should not be acceptable. Deepak, thanks so much for joining us for the latest on this story.